At 10 with the latest for London.
In this film, we are looking at how a story can be portrayed as fake news, biased reporting, or satire. Here's a story that we've come up with that could be covered on the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so pleased you could join us for the premiere of Jaws 5. I would like to introduce the director, the one and only, Stephen Iceberg!
Thank you.
I proudly present this award for a lifetime's achievement.
Thank you. Also kind. Stop it. I would like to thank my friends and family for making this movie happen. I would also like to thank everyone involved for also making this movie happen. And I'd also finally like to thank all of you guys for attending this premiere. I hope all of you are having a jawsome evening.
Boo! That joke you was awful. Really, really bad, okay? And you know what? That film and your directing skills, they were bad too. Do you know what it's like to be a shark? No one respects them. People keep making movies like this and they show no respect. They do not display sharks properly.
Okay. Do we have a problem here, sir?
Nobody has any empathy towards sharks. They're shown as cold-blooded killers 24/7 on the media.
Sir, it's just a movie, okay? I just need you to calm down.
It's not just a movie.
Sir, do I need to call security?
No, you don't. You need to stop these sharkist views. You know, do you know what it's like to be a shark? Have you ever thought what it's like to be in one of their shoes? You know.
Okay, that's it. Security.
You treat them with
security.
Hey! Stop trying to say to my views. What are you doing? This is 19 security.
Now, let's see how the story could be represented.
Hello, I'm a news reporter at the CLC where a premiere happened earlier today, but an animal rights activist gate crashed the premiere. We have someone who went to the premiere, a cameraman, to tell us what he saw. Hello, cameraman.
Hello.
Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw the animal rights activist pulling a shark out of his shark bag. I don't know how it's alive, but he's throwing it at one of the attendees.
What happened to the attendee?
The shark bit his leg, and then he started screaming like a giant baby.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Can you explain why this is an example of fake news?
It's an example of fake news because the whole story is fake and totally exaggerated.
It has some things that are true, but lies about them.
Good evening. Earlier today, it was seen that Stephen Iceberg was brutally assaulted by a sharkist activist on his premiere, Jaws 5. Many people are outraged at this as they were waiting for this movie earlier this year. The activist was seen throwing dangerous objects at the famous director. Now we go to the on-site reporter Johnny, who is at the scene right now.
Hello, thank you, Juan. I'm here joined by a witness who was hosting the event. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Okay, I've got a question for you. What was the director doing before the attack?
He was doing his speech.
Okay, how did you feel when the activists attacked the director?
I felt really, really shocked.
How did it impact the event?
The attack was awful.
Thank you very much for your time. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Johnny, and thank you for listening. Now back to the normal schedule.
Can you explain why this version of the story is biased?
Our version of the story is biased because that it's about this director who is loved by many. Therefore, we made it biased, so the activist is looked down upon. With many news channels, you don't really see like a central point where it shows the true story. It normally either takes one side or takes the other side.
Breaking news just in. Following the events of yesterday's premiere, recent activist strikes again. Just reported footage shows that there has been an incident at Generic Aquarium where the activist breaks into the shark exhibit and ties himself to a shark, demanding its freedom. This incident has resulted in casualties in the number of 3 million. This is an absolutely tragic and devastating event that will affect everyone in the world. Tonight we are joined with Stephen Iceberg and 2 eyewitnesses from the event. So, Mr. Iceberg, could you please give us your thoughts on the event?
Absolutely devastating. Don't get me wrong, I am not anti-shark. Hell, I even have a friend who's a shark. I even took care of his baby brother who had cancer. But this behavior is wrong. Absolutely outrageous. Hell, it's so wrong that just thinking about it, my heart goes out to all the people who died in the aquarium. Nobody should suffer like that, at all. Anyways, go check out my latest film, Jaws 5, voted the most glorious film, only in theatres.
Thank you, Mr. Iceberg. Truly a moving speech. Now on to our 2 witnesses.
Today marks one of the most tragic events in history. I was at the aquarium with my mates when I saw all those people die by those awful sharks. And I'll just never be the same again.
Today is a great day for shark activism everywhere. Sharks, they're amazing. They can't lie and they have a superb sense of community. And I think that activist, he was really, really handsome. And I definitely would like to have his number or something. The activist and shark were last seen swimming off into the Bahamas. It is reported that the activist was wearing a small cowboy hat. Neither have been seen ever since. Now on to the weather report with Dave.
Well, this is satire because we're technically taking the actual events or something that happened and we're making fun of it.
We're taking some already quite silly events and we've just blown them out of proportion.
What have you learned this week?
I have learnt that I cannot fully trust the news because depending on where it's published, it can view one side more heavily and leave out the aspects of how the other party was feeling.
Well, I've learnt it's good not just to, when you see news, just accept it as the truth. You've got to question it yourself. You've got to apply the crap test.
C-N-R-N-A-A-P. Apply the crap test, CCS 10B. C-N-R-N-A-A-P spells crap.
You've really just got to think about what you're reading and kind of just be more careful about that.
I've also learnt that news can be quite funny as well.
Why is it important to think about these ideas?
In my opinion, I think it's important because sometimes news can be shown as propaganda to make people think a certain way so it can, fit the government's way of thinking. Like, for example, if someone was going against the government, you can picture that person as an outcast or ostracize them, and the public would simply agree. But the problem with this is that you don't get the full story. You get one part of the story, and the other half just gets put under the rug.
If everyone just has the same opinions about everything, or if everyone sees everything one-sided, nothing really changes, no one really moves on. Whereas if you've got lots of people coming at the same event in different ways, it can help you grow your own opinions.
Well, it's important to think about these ideas because it helps us develop critical thinking skills on what we see every day, especially in the media. It makes us think instead of blindly believe.
I hope you enjoyed our exploration of how a story can be represented. Thank you and goodbye.